Yeah, now you hear me. Now you see me. It's your boy Gun Hill Bane, part of the Gun Hill Bane podcast. And last night I watched Saturday Night Main Event, and I thought it was trash. I thought it was the worst thing I ever seen in terms of professional wrestling. And I don't understand why these people, these so-called WWE fans, want to invest their hard-earned money on this piece of garbage. To me, where is the actual action? It's just so cartoony to me that people would actually watch this garbage, this crap, because that's exactly what it is. It's crap. All right. I'm an AEW fan. And the reason I'm an AEW fan is because I love violence. I love realism. All right. But mostly I just love violence. And I love how wrestlers will go tit for tat and basically use whatever weapon they have in their arsenal to completely overwhelm their opponent to the point that they'll have to get pinned. And what I see from last night in Saturday Night Main Event is something that is definitely made for children. It's made for kids. And if you are a grown ass man who is still loving it to this day, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say. I mean, let's take a look at Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, to which, by the way, I wanted Drew McIntyre to win. Let him have the run with it. I am sick and tired of good guy Cody Rhodes. I am sick and tired of his song. I am sick and tired of the damn sing-alongs. So, whoa! I don't care about any of that crap. It's all pandering. It's all garbage. It's just terrible. Now, apparently, the whole stipulation with this match is, and I don't even know how we even got to this point because I don't watch Raw or SmackDown. You know, I don't spend my nights trying to find it on whatever app they're on. But apparently, Drew McIntyre reasoned his way into a championship match in which, if Cody Rhodes ever gets counted out or gets disqualified, then he loses the title. So you see Drew McIntyre do all sorts of ways in order to prevent, or the GOAT, Cody Rhodes, into, committing any type of atrocity that will allow him to win the championship. And I don't want to deal with the details because who gives a shit, right? But the finish had, well, somehow the referee got knocked out for a very, very long time. And Cody Rhodes, even though that the belt was brought into the ring by Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes decided, let me use it upon Drew. So Cody Rhodes hit a DDT right on the belt. And then after something else, 1, 2, 3. That was it. I'm supposed to like that? I'm supposed to feel hyped? That's a banger? Is that what the kids call a banger match? Because it put me to sleep. For the most time that they were wrestling, I was fumbling around on my phone, going on social media, doing what all. While I'm looking at, I'm actually was at work while I was watching it, but still, I just don't get it. I just don't get the appeal. I don't get why it's so popular, why it is a thing. I don't get why they're the number one wrestling company in the world right now. I don't. Please explain this to me. And don't explain it to me with some stupid terms like, oh, look at the crowds, oh, look at the numbers, or look at the ratings. If you have to be that one person to have the argument as to why WWE is better, and you look at money, attendance, and ratings, then your opinion is invalid. You have a weak opinion. You don't know what you're talking about. You are an idiot. And I don't care. You are an idiot. You are a complete and utter buffoon to think that something like that is that enjoyable over. I guess there's millions of kids all over the world who will love that, but me as a grown ass man, nah, it's not. This is not that. It's not it for me. And then the second match, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. And yeah, listen, I love Jade Cargill. All right, I love Jade Cargill, but she just comes across as someone who's just using the WWE as a stepping stone in order for her to land a deal with Marvel. That's it. I don't think she's serious about the wrestling. She's more serious about how can I use this platform to get me even more famous so I can be in movies and other stuff. Because that's what at least 75% of the entire roster is about. They don't give a shit about the wrestling. They only give a shit about what can the wrestling do for me in the long run, right? And that's okay. That's okay. If that's their mindset, then that's perfectly fine. But I love wrestlers who wrestle for the sake of wrestling. That's why AEW is better. That's why New Japan is better. Not this garbage. And speaking of garbage, you know what? We have women's matches in AEW that goes long around 20 minutes on a normal episode of Dynamite. Probably 10, 15, 20 minutes, you know, for a championship match. Why did it have to go 5 minutes and 30 seconds? You don't believe me? Look it up. Time it. 5 minutes, 30 seconds from bell to bell. Now, I know it's saying, oh, yeah, you know, Jade Cargill is like on a mission. She's like dominant. No. Stop this storytelling bullshit, right? Because Tiffany Stratton was obviously a much more better competitor. You mean to tell me that she can go 20 or so minutes with Charlotte Flair in a fucking botch fest in WrestleMania, but she can't handle angry Jade Cargill, you know, in 5 minutes and 30 seconds into it? And don't give me this crap saying, oh, her knee is bad. She's wrestling with me. Nah, stop that crap. All right. Will Ospreay went inside a freaking cage with a ruptured disc and brought out a better performance than the crap I saw out there. Don't give me this crap. I am happy for Jade Cargill that she is the new women's champion. That is something fresh. That is something new to the fold. Finally, right? But again, it goes to show you, where are the homegrown stars in the WWE? So far, the only homegrown star is Tiffany Stratton. And you know what? I could be wrong on this, but in terms of the current main roster, Tiffany Stratton, to me, is the only true, real, homegrown newest star on that roster. For all the years you try to build that up, and you can only just make one star, just one, in Tiffany Stratton. But what about Stephanie Foucault? What about Julia? Right? Those guys are, no, they're not. They came from Stardom, you idiot. And Stephanie Foucault came from CMLL. Penta came from AEW. Ricky Saints came from AEW. Cody Rhodes jumped from WWE to TNA to New Japan to AEW. You got all these guys from different corporations who was damn good at what they do in those damn corporations, and you try to implement that into the WWE, it does not work. You can mask it. You can mask it by their sing-alongs, by their pyrotechnics, and all that bullshit, but at the end of the day, they're not homegrown. Tiffany Stratton's only homegrown. I respect the hell out of Tiffany Stratton. I think she's good. I think she's good, you know, for what it's worth. But still, it didn't do it for me. And I guess it's a shame that it had to last 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but that's mostly because even though Jade Cargill, she has a body of an Adonis. She is sculpted out of gravel and stone. Her wrestling skills are, man, it's not that good. She's like a female Ultimate Warrior. That's what she is. Minus the crazy, promo outburst that you get out of the Ultimate Warrior. Basically, a woman who is just completely whipped out of her mind, but can only do few little moves. And you mean to tell me that saw that so well? Please. There was more realism out of Jade Cargill when she was in AEW, being the first ever TBS champion. And you know what? I'm going to give I guess I'm going to give a little bit of a thumbs up to Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Rusev, for their match for the IC title. I know what these people are going to be saying. Oh, Dominic Mysterio, he's homegrown. No, he's not. He's a Nepto baby, right? He got through the door because of his father, Rey Mysterio. He's not homegrown, right? Just because a WWE superstar gave birth to a son and it gave him the opportunity to work into the WWE, that does not mean he's homegrown. Unless he got conceived in the middle of the ring, he's not homegrown. Okay. But I like Dirty Dom. I like the new look. I like all that stuff. He really resembles more of an Eddie Guerrero than a Rey Mysterio, and I kind of like that. You can tell that all his mannerisms, he loves his Uncle Eddie. And I didn't realize how long his hair was growing. I didn't even know he can actually grow hair that long. So shout out to him. Rusev, his theme song sucks. His theme song is terrible. Back in AEW, remember the Redeemer theme song with the trumpets playing? And, it was like godlike, like it takes you back into the Bible days of old Jerusalem, and he comes out or like a Roman soldier. That was Miro. That was a guy that looked like he was going to kill everybody out there. Now he's just a parody of himself. He's a parody. He was just thrown in there just because. I mean, good for him, I guess. But, he wasn't doing as much as AEW as he's doing right now in the WWE. They just throw him a bone. And then they didn't even let him run with it. He didn't even let him run with it. Now what? What's next for Rusev, huh? What do you got in store for him now? Penta's just happy to be there. You got Penta, Rey Fenix, and you decide to not make him a tag team. Stupid. And the main event, oh God, you know what? The main event, I was about to lay an F-bomb. I do not like Fragile Phil. I do not like Phil Brooks. I do not like that. I do not like that punk. I don't like that punk. He is a worthless punk. He's just a prick, right? Phil Brooks is a prick. I'm not even going to say his stage name. Phil Brooks is a prick. But Jey Uso was a horrible champion, and they had to make the call to make Fragile Phil Brooks the new world champion. Let's see how long he holds that title without getting himself injured this time. Because that's how he's been his Achilles heel. Fragile Phil. Every time he wins a championship, he either messes up his little toe or messes up his little shoulder, and then he's out for a year. And then he whines and complains on Twitter, and then he comes back and tries to topple the whole company, thinking that he is bigger than the whole entire company, which he is not. I will never respect a man who tried to single-handedly put down an organization because he didn't get his way. He had to have a little temper tantrum. He's a bitch. Phil Brooks is a mentally challenged bitch. And you know what? That's fine if I say it. He will never see this. He will never see this, podcast. He won't. And even if he does, he'll come back with some sly remark and like, oh no, I don't know wrestling and blah blah blah. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about him. Screw him. He's Fragile Phil for a reason. He can't hack it in AEW because he realized he actually have to work a match. So he comes into the WWE, give him a big ass paycheck, and then he can just talk on the mic and do a few little things, and he is set for life. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. The man who burned so many bridges found a way back to the bridge that he burned. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Fantastic. You gotta be kidding me. You seriously gotta be kidding me. Fragile Phil. What a joke. What a joke of a champion. I mean, he hasn't been a champion 24 hours and already his run is terrible. But the people love it, right? The idiot WWE fans love them some CM Punk, right? Because he was the one who pointed the finger to AEW's, misgrievances. So they made him their hero automatically because they are some jealous little punks themselves and they don't understand that AEW is the better product. I don't give a shit what anyone else says. I don't. Fragile Phil. They have to pull an audible because Jey Uso, and I know he's a nice guy and whatever, but he's just one guy with 4 letters and a catchy theme song. He's not championship material. They did that run before, and they failed on that. And Seth Rollins, had he not been injured, Fragile Phil would have never been champion. Never. Ever, 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 ever. But they have to pull an audible. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And then the big announcement. The big announcement. John Cena can't see 17-time champion. Why Washington, D.C.? I have no idea. I hear that Trump is going to be there. No, Trump will be there for that. So apparently there's going to be a special tournament that's going to be held 1 week from tomorrow night, 1 week from Monday night. We don't know how the bracket is going to be like, but apparently there are going to be people that fought against John Cena, people who haven't fought against John Cena, and people who don't even work here. And the winner of that tournament will be the final man to face John Cena in his last match ever. So, the pundits, the idiots, the idiot WWE fans are automatically thinking, oh shit, Edge is coming back. Edge, we're going to see John Cena and Edge one last time. No, you will not. Edge is under contract with AEW. Tony Khan will not allow him to compete in John Cena's final match. Triple H couldn't even allow Andrade to be seen in AEW for over a year. What makes you think that Tony Khan is just simply going to allow Edge to go into the enemy territory just so they can boost up more ratings as a final match against John Cena? No, you guys are not getting that. It's not happening. Sorry to burst your little bubble, but it's over. It's done. It's not going to happen. If it does happen, I will be the man enough to admit it, and I will eat a whole bunch of crow. But I like my chances moving forward, knowing that is never going to happen. So what is it going to happen? Is it going to be a guy like Braun Breaker to face against John Cena? Is it going to be a guy like Gunther to face John Cena? Is it going to be Yokozuna facing John Cena? Huh? Is it going to be The Rock? Huh? Imagine The Rock in the tournament facing John Cena. Well, that's not going to happen. See how skinny The Rock was, after that whole movie, The Smashing Machine? So I already thought that's going to happen. So I don't know exactly who's going to be the last man to face John Cena, but they better make a hell of a good storyline out of it, because it will only be a matter of time before you piss off John Cena and he realizes that, you know what, my fight and run wasn't as memorable as I hoped it would be. So I will take a year off, clean myself up, get all these nagging injuries in order, and then make a comeback. And maybe I'll be a heel in AEW, and then I could actually be the John Cena that I actually want to be. Not a caricature of what the WWE machine want to perceive me to be, but the real John Cena. And that's one thing John Cena has yet to do. He has yet to go into another company and pull a Hulk Hogan. Pull a Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He hasn't done that yet. That heel run, that's more a like Goldberg heel run. That's not an authentic John Cena heel run. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe it. And how can he believe it, right? The kids love him. He is WWE. He is synonymous to it. He is a good guy in the WWE. He's always been a good guy. And that's how he's always perceived to be a good guy. So, he can go to AEW. He can have a brand new persona. He could be an asshole. He could be a prick. He can be free. And I'm not saying that he should be there for as long as he could. I'm saying a couple of matches. Maybe I got the likes of John Cena. I'm going to talk John Cena versus Kenny Omega. John Cena versus Okada. Maybe Bryan Danielson will go out of retirement and face John Cena. John Cena versus Jon Moxley. Or maybe we can have that big match everybody wants to see. John Cena versus Edge versus Adam Copeland in AEW. Watch the WWE turn saying, this match is going to suck. Two old guys fighting. Because it's not in the WWE. Right? Pathetic. I guess the saving grace in all of this is it's on, local television, right? So it doesn't look like you have to go on the Cox to watch it, or go through multiple apps on ESPN to pick this up. You can actually watch it for free. But man, oh man, are you really deprived of real wrestling, right? Real, actual wrestling, because this is just trash. This is just garbage show. It's pure garbage show. And I am saddened that this generation of idiots don't know what a good wrestling match is, and it's staring them right in their face with AEW, and they don't like that because why? Because they flip too much. There's too many gymnastic routines, right? Is it the bad language? Is it too much blood, right? Is it too violent for you, right? What is it? Because quite frankly, it's been firing on all cylinders since January then on. And I'll do a video regarding about that because there's going to be some big events taking place. More importantly, blood and guts. We actually seen the women's blood and guts match, and I'll do that in a separate video. But that's going to trump everything Survivor Series will be. And I'll talk about that in the next video. But for right now, that is my review on Saturday night's crap event. And if you don't like it, then tell me to my face, you ignorant punks, you fragile fills. I dare you, I double dog dare you to post, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do. Tell me I'm a piece of shit. Tell me I don't know a damn thing about wrestling. Tell me every horrific thing you want to say. I will embrace it fully. I do not care. But you will listen to me. And I'll tell you this. When I say something is garbage, something is garbage. But anyway, that's it. I gotta go work out now. All right. I gotta, I got a lot of energy right now that needs to be dispersed. Until next time, this is Gun Hill Bane signing off. Punks.